And the wine of the priest, later on, they started giving it to the people too when they came to church, was the blood of Jesus. It was so many things that were not logical in the religion that I just couldn't deal with it. And because she taught me Islam, yet she didn't accept Islam. And inshallah, Allah will have mercy on her, and I can work hard to be able to help her gain His forgiveness, inshallah. I am born in Cuba in 1953, and I came to the United States when I was almost 6 years old. I've been living in the United States since then. I was Catholic, raised Catholic, went to school all my life, Catholic school. Later, after high school, I wanted to be a nun, and my family was not too happy about it because they wanted grandchildren. So I started learning about other religions, and I met Islam, which had not been taught to me in Catholic school, and I fell in love with it. And here I am, 40-some years later. My mother was very religious. My father, being a military man, was not religious at all, but my mother was. So she she made sure that I went to Catholic school all the time. I did go to all elementary and high school. I graduated from Catholic school. We had to go to church on Sundays, but the church in the 60s, they had an ecumenical council in Rome, and they changed everything in the church. The nuns were not covered anymore. They could uncover and show their hair and dress shorter. The priests did not have to wear their robes that they wore. And to me, that was a big shock in my life, very big shock, and made me question my religion very much. And every Mass has communion. Communion represents the body and blood of Jesus Christ. So people would go up to take a little piece of round bread that they have, and they give it to you, and to you it means that you were eating the flesh of Jesus. And the wine of the priest, later on, they started giving it to the people too when they came to church, was the blood of Jesus. It was so many things that were not logical in the religion that I just couldn't deal with it. And I did go to many churches to try to find a priest that was more open-minded to answer the questions to me, and they just said, you just have to believe, and that wasn't a good answer for me. But I had a lot of questions, and I learned so much from reading the Quran that especially it gave me a sense of Islam is a religion between me and Allah, or Allah and me. And no one is to judge me or know what I really think or what I don't think, you know? And that was very good for me because we lived by the standard of having to be judged by everyone. And my family didn't raise me that way. So that peer pressure had to be gone by the time I reached my house, you know, or else my father would really give it to me, you know? So I saw that the girls that I had met that were Muslim were very nice and kind. They didn't really know too much to answer me because they were just brought up in Islam. They weren't really taught too much in Islam. But the Quran helped me so much. So my mother brought me very close to God and taught me, even though she never converted, unfortunately. She didn't take Islam as her religion, and this is something that really affects me. Because she taught me Islam, yet she didn't accept Islam. And inshallah, Allah will have mercy on her, and I can work hard to be able to help her gain His forgiveness, inshallah. And I don't think it was that she didn't want to believe that Jesus was God. It was just the fact of learning so many things that were new, which really was just a way of life. You know, it wasn't difficult to learn. I was, first of all, again, felt guilty. We're from the guilty generation, you know? Everything, oh my God, maybe Allah didn't accept any of what I have done. Please forgive me. I mean, I really didn't know anything about it. And after I did it, I was fascinated with it. And I really appreciated more because I already knew what I was doing. It was more of a relief emotion because the distress, once speaking about it before I took my Shahada, the distress of not having done Shahada before I was already practicing and I thought I was practicing, the guilt was horrible. But once I took it, it was like if I had 100 tons taken off my back, and that from now on I could commence my Islam properly and I would be able to have it accepted with Allah. And she died, and once she died, I was the only one left because my brother had passed away before that also. So I had to move the night my mother passed away. I told my husband that it wasn't fair for him to have to live with this burden in his life, that if he wanted to, I needed to take care of my father and I didn't know how long he was going to live. So I told him, if you want to divorce me, you can. Go have your life and then come back if you want when I'm finished. And he was a good man. He stayed in our home while I moved to my father's house to take care of him. And I took the kids with me. It was tough with my father because he was a tough man, but he listened to me. And about 6 months before he died, he took Shahada.
How did you feel?
Oh my God, my chest wanted to explode from happiness. Because the last person I thought that would become Muslim was the one that became Muslim, and the one that I thought was living Muslim in my house didn't accept it.
Your mom?
My mom. Didn't accept it, no. She said she was too old to change. Those were her words.
And were you with him in his last moment?
Yes, I was.